This video is a follow-up and update to my last video, A File is a File is a File. Several of you and fellow jewelers have pointed out that the file card for cleaning files can be hard on files and can dull them very quickly. You are 100% correct. I should have pointed out this important detail to help you make your tools last as long as possible. You also made some awesome suggestions to alternatives to the file card. I am very excited to have your feedback and would like to pass on your tricks of the trade in this video. I'm Greenwood. Welcome to my studio. Let's take a look at these alternative ways to clean and maintain your files. To clean a file, we obviously have to have a dirty file, and this is most definitely a dirty file. It's all filled with sterling silver, and all those teeth in there are all clogged with that silver, and we need to clean that out to make it cut more efficiently. The conventional way to clean it out was to use a file card. The file card is got little wires here. They're steel wires. And in this case, we have a brush on this side to help clean them on out. But what we're talking about today is to see if we have some alternatives to this file card, because the steel wires will eventually, because when we're pulling it across the file, will eventually wear down those teeth because it is steel and make your file last a little bit less time. So let's talk about some alternatives to this file card. The first alternative would be simply a brass brush. I've used a brass brush on many small files throughout the years, and it works really great on some curved files. You can clean off the teeth very nicely, and works great on needle files and any of these small teeth files. So a brass brush, because it's not steel, it won't bother or dull out the teeth with the brass brush. So simply just take it across at the diagonal of your cut of the file and you're all set. So brass brush. Many of you have suggested alternatives, which is what we're here for today. And one of the alternatives is to use a hardwood piece of wood. This works really nice because it won't hurt the file at all, it won't hurt the teeth, but it's hard enough to dig in between the teeth and clean that metal on out. So let's start taking and pushing it at the angle. And you can see that it starts cleaning that metal out very nicely. It will start making a little bit of a sawtooth or a comb along the edge here also, and that will help get down in there. So make sure if you're using a piece of wood, use the same piece all the time, and it will make that nice little comb shape in here and get down into your file a little bit easier. So that was one suggestion, and the other one is to use a piece of brass. This is really cool because the brass is really tough to get into the teeth, but it's soft enough that it's not going to hurt the file. So all you have to do is get a nice straight edge piece, go the direction of the teeth, and again, when you're working on this, the more you work with it, it'll start putting in these little tiny comby teeth right here, and it will get down into those teeth and clean them out really well. Then you can even take the edge of it if there's some pieces that are a little bit tougher, you can use it on the edge and clean it out. Then you can take your brass brush, go back over it, and clean off any of the extra. Works really nice. You can use any size. It's a little bit smaller one, maybe for the smaller size files that you have, the finer the teeth, you can use this. If you don't have some brass sheet, you might have some brass rod laying around. What I've done is I forged this piece of rod and then sharpened it like a little chisel, and that works out really, really well too, because you can put some good force on that and really clean that metal on out. It just takes it out, and then because you have a sharp edge, you can go in there and clean out any extra little pieces. And again, you can see that it starts putting little teeth or a comb on that edge, and works out really, really nice. So again, you're using brass, tough enough, but not tough enough to hurt the file. Now, if you have some pieces that are still caught in there, you can use your probe or pick and get into those spots and pull out just a couple little extra pieces in there. Just zoom right in on them and clean them on out. You can use your soldering pick also, sharpen it up real nice to a point, and then you can just get in and flick out any of those extra little pieces that are caught in there. Because it is the metal against metal, it's not really going to hurt anything because you're zooming in on one tiny little spot and just pulling that extra little piece out that won't come with any of the other methods. What a great job these alternatives have done on this file by cleaning it up. As you can see, it's really dramatically clean, very, very nice, and we've saved the teeth on the file for a little bit longer. Instead of using the file card, we've used these alternatives, and they've worked out really great. Go ahead and try them. It's really fun and easy, and you're going to save your files. I want to thank all of you for your comments and suggestions. Keep them coming. This is the way that we all can learn. I'm Greg Greenwood. Thanks for watching and participating. See you next time.